Welcome to today's episode of the DDC podcast. I'm your host, Daniela Del Carpio, and I'm so happy to have you join me on this journey of unlocking your true potential. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of this podcast. Today, I'm going to be answering all the questions that you guys asked me the other day, so let's jump straight into it because we have quite a few questions this time. So first question says, is it okay to eat snacks between meals? Yes, it's 100% okay to eat snacks between meals. It doesn't matter how many meals a day you have. It doesn't matter if you have 3 meals, 6 meals. For some people, they don't want to eat too much. Other people might want to eat more. The only thing that matters is how much you're eating. So feel free to distribute your calories into 3 main meals and 2 snacks. 3 main meals and 3 snacks. The key is to do something that works for you and that you are not suffering, because you shouldn't be starving or feeling too hungry in between meals. And also having the snacks is going to help you stay on track, because if you're waiting too long between your lunch and your dinner, you're simply going to be starving, and then by the time you have dinner, you will want to eat everything and anything that you see because you're so hungry. But having those snacks is going to ensure that you are a little bit, you're not feeling too hungry. You just ate something and then you can have your main meals. Something for your snacks that I would recommend is to ensure that you have a source of protein, fats, and carbs. It can be something maybe a little bit high in protein to keep you a little bit full, but you don't have to deprive yourself from having carbs for your snacks. I know some people have the idea that the more carbs you have, the more body fat you're gonna gain, but that's just not the case. Macronutrients are important. That's why we have a distribution of macros, so fats, protein, and carbs. So don't be afraid of eating any of them. And like some snacks examples will be, let's say, nuts, which are high in fats and protein. You can have some yogurt with protein powder and some berries, which is something that I love. If you freeze it, you have like a really nice ice cream that you can try. You can also have some rice cakes with banana and peanut butter. You can have some, even tuna with salad. You can have there's so many other options. Cereal with milk. There's just so many things you can have. So pick something that you want, make it fit within your calories, and then enjoy it. Okay, next question says, how can I break unhealthy eating habits? Just like any habit, just like building habits, breaking one is going to take time. It's going to take time, and it's going to require a lot of work to ensure that you're doing something new every single day. So for example, let's say you have the habit of eating something sweet after your lunch or after your lunch and dinner. Like you feel like you have this craving, like I need to have chocolate every time I have my lunch, after I have my lunch. If that's something you're trying to break, then something I would suggest is for you to change that with something else. So if straight after lunch, you will go to your pantry and then grab some chocolate. Something you can do now is finish your lunch, go brush your teeth. Finish your lunch, go for a walk. Like change that habit, do a different activity. That way you can slowly get used to doing something else and break that habit of going and getting that chocolate. And you have to make sure you do it on a daily basis, because if you don't, how are you going to build a new habit? And how are you going to break the old habit? That's the only way, and that's the best way that you can make it happen. It sucks. It sounds simple, I know, but simple is always the best thing that you can do. Next question. How can I make my metabolism faster? Okay, I'm assuming, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming that if you're asking this question, it's because you want to lose body fat. If that's the case, or even if you're not trying to lose body fat, you cannot speed up your metabolism. There's no one thing that you're going to drink or take and it's going to help you speed up your metabolism. I know that there are so many supplements out there. I know that there are pages online when you read, they say, have some cinnamon, have some chili. This is going to help you speed up your metabolism. Have some coffee, have some of this, have some of that. But if you really, really, really think about it, if that was the case, we wouldn't have obesity in this world. If that was the case, no one will be suffering from being overweight. So it just doesn't work like that at all. If you want to speed up your metabolism, if you want to make it faster, the only thing that you can do, and the best thing you can do for yourself and for your health, is to have a good nutrition, to exercise regularly, to be healthy, to be happy, to work on your body, to work on your mind, to work on your mental state. That's the only way. And your sleep, your sleep is very important. Just like when I talk about sleep for your training, making sure you sleep enough, making sure you're training, making sure you're eating healthy. Those are the things that are going to help you have is faster metabolism. I wouldn't say speed it up, but it's just going to help you be healthy and achieve the goals that you want. Okay, next question. Best way to track your progress. For me, and the best way that I would suggest for you to track your progress is taking pictures. I think taking pictures is seriously the best way to track your progress, because you can clearly see the before and after. If you're only relying on the numbers on the scale, you're going to get disappointed, because those numbers are always going to be going up and down. Those numbers are never going to be accurate. Remember that if you're retaining water, if you're on your period, if you just had your cheat meal, those numbers will be going up. And then if you see that and you compare them from last night, from the night before, or 2 weeks ago, and the number hasn't changed, you're simply going to feel very unmotivated. You're going to feel upset. You're probably going to feel like giving up, and this is not going to help you with your journey. So I think one of the best ways to track your progress is to take pictures. The way I do with my clients, that we take pictures every single week. I do that with my coach as well. And to me, that has worked. And for my clients, that works amazingly. Another way to track your progress is that you have to remember it's not just about your physical progress that you're making, but also the habits that you're changing. Are you building new habits? Do you now have a routine? Do you now have something to follow? Are you sticking to your schedule? That's also progress that you're making. So don't forget about that as well. Okay, next question. Is it okay to eat carbohydrates, and should I avoid carbs to lose weight? Yes, it's 100% okay to eat carbohydrates. You shouldn't be removing anything. You shouldn't be avoiding anything. I want you to think about carbs as your fuel. Carbs is the one macronutrient that's going to help you and give you that energy, not just for your day-to-day, but also for your training. So make sure you see carbs as your best friend, as your fuel, not as something that's going to make you lose weight, put on body fat. Remember that the only way you're going to lose weight, body fat, is by being in a caloric deficit, sticking to your programs, and doing this consistently. That's the best and the only way. Carbs, include them on your breakfast, include them on your lunch, include them on your snacks. I know sometimes, there's so many things online that says go on a low carb diet, or don't have too much carbs. They make you retain too much water. Don't do this, don't do that. But just remember, there's just too much information online. You don't have to believe everything that you see. For some people might think that low carb diet works for me. Maybe because you're sticking to it, and maybe because you're eating less calories, that's why you're seeing progress. So just think about those things and see how you're feeling. Because if you're feeling tired from not having carbs, do you really want to continue doing this for the rest of your life? I'm sure the answer is no. So think wisely before you pick something or do something that there's no really point of doing it. Okay, next question. Is it necessary to count calories to lose weight? Yes. It is 100% necessary, because the only way you can lose that weight, as I mentioned before, is by being in a caloric deficit. And if you want to be in a caloric deficit, you need to know exactly how much you're eating. You need to know exactly how many calories you should be eating to help you lose that body fat. If you are just making changes on your diet, if you're just trying to be healthy, that's great. That will help you just maintain the weight. Maybe you're going to lose a few kgs, but if you have a very specific goal that you're trying to achieve, whether it's losing weight or whether it's gaining muscle mass, we have to know exactly how much you're eating, how much food you're putting into your body, which is why people that are in this fat loss journey will use a scale to weigh your food. So you know how many grams of proteins you're eating, how many grams of fats, how many grams of carbs, and just how many calories you're eating on a daily basis. So yes, the answer is 100% yes. Okay, next question. How can I control my cravings for unhealthy foods? Okay, something that I've mentioned previously is that if you're craving something on a daily basis, or if you're, let's say, feeling upset, and then every time you feel upset or stressed, you feel like you need to have something sweet. You feel like you're craving something high in sugar. You feel like you need to go and have a takeaway with your friends or whatever. Before you do that next time, if this is something you want to change, think about what is triggering you to feel this way. If it's stress, okay, why am I feeling stress? Is this stress from work? Is this stress from my relationships? Is this stress from my family? Just find out exactly what it is that's going on. That way you can solve that issue. You can see and understand what's going on. Because if you go and eat something, you're going to feel better when you eat it, of course, because food is going to make you feel better. But then what's going to happen after? You simply didn't solve that issue. You didn't solve that stress. You didn't solve the actual root of the problem. So the best advice that I can give you is to find out be aware of your feelings, find out what is triggering you, do something about it. And then, like I mentioned before about the habits, try something new. Don't rely on food to make you feel better, because food will always only make you feel better when you eat it, maybe after you eat it, but then you're going to feel the same again. And I'm sure you don't want to feel that way. So we need to change something about it right now. Okay, last question. We have one more. What's the best way to recover after a tough workout? The best thing you can do is your nutrition, so eat something, and also sleep. If you're not eating enough, if you're not eating properly, not just before, but also after your workout, you're simply not gonna give your body the energy or the nutrients that it needs to recover. I know some people that they go to the gym in the morning, let's say 5 a.m., and then they don't eat anything after the workout. They don't eat anything until about lunchtime. And that can be like if you train at 5 a.m. and then you have your lunch at 12, that's so many hours without your body having some nutrients, recovering from your training. So you're simply going to feel tired. You might not see the progress that you're making, or you might not make any progress. So just make sure you have a proper nutrition. So remember, before, after, and also during the day. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Hydration is important for your recovery. So again, you want to be hydrated before your workout, during your workout, and after your workout as well. Something that I love to take before and during my workouts is some electrolytes and some aminos. I like to mix that with some water during my workout because you need that for recovery, and also will help you to drink more water during your workouts. And before my workouts, I like to have the electrolytes just to give me and to help me have a better pump during my workout. And then after, make sure you also hydrate and make sure you're eating something and you're asleep. Sleep is also one of the best things you can do for your recovery. If you're not sleeping enough, if you're not resting enough, you're simply going to feel tired and you won't allow your body to recover. That's everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope this questions and these answers were helpful for you guys. If you have any other questions, don't forget to send it to me on my Instagram. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you be successful in this fitness journey. Until next time, and as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao.